Hello. I hope you're doing well today. We are back doing another Skyrim town tour. I was enjoying this beautiful view of the mountains here. And I'm gonna do a new style of video soon where we do some quests and some adventures. But I'm pre-recording and doing some voiceovers for that right now. But in the meantime, I wanted to do a quick tour of one of the towns that will be appearing first thing in one of those videos. So, this is part of a much larger expansion that really changes and could change the way you play Skyrim.
I'm right behind you.
So, I'm going to
I've got your back. I'm right behind you.
ask Lydia
As you wish, my thing.
to stay here on the docks. We're gonna take a few steps up here to get a better look at the town we will go into in a moment. And I'll show you the boat that I arrived here on. The location here can only be accessed by large vessels and fearless sailors. The town sits on the North Bay, and it is called Dagana Landing. And before I leave the map here, I just want to show you how large just a portion of this expansion is. This is well beyond a TLC-sized expansion, and even the map continues beyond the seeable map here, as there are several islands, including Barbarella, that you can visit and are essentially miniature regions, maybe 1/3 the size of this map. This whole expansion is part of the map of Shumer and the quest lines in there. There are several iterations of the quest and mod, so if you look up Shumer on the Nexus, you will see a variety of accompanying
Making
mods.
yourself useful, I see.
But today, we're here in the small village of Dagana, and we will start our tour like most people entering through the dock. When I first visited the town, there were only a few inhabitants that greeted me. And if you look into the people, this town really is full of people who like to keep to themselves. There doesn't appear to be any guards or active defenses. Just a small village tucked away inside the forest. Like always, we'll take a quick walk through the town, and then I will begin with a proper tour.
Making yourself useful, I see.
Don't let size fool you.
Good day to you, stranger.
This town has quite a few
Good day to you, stranger.
hardy inhabitants. The cozy log cabins create a very inviting touch. And the moreover has done a pretty good job with laying out the little villages and corners. This is a player home, Dagana Lodge, that you can purchase for only 500 coins. And so, if you were doing this quest as one of the first, you could see that you would have many options. To start your home and life here as a fisherman, a sailor, a trader, or perhaps even the dreaded pirate, excuse me, not pilot. The small bay here can fit several mid to large size ships, and the smaller vessels are free to dock themselves on the beach at will, like we can see here. Let's make our way back to the central part of town and begin our little tour. I adjusted my controller input in Steam when I use an Xbox controller to film these videos, as it was faster, and hopefully this will be a little more smooth and dynamic and visually pleasing on your eyes and relaxation. So we're here on the main street on a cobblestone path that runs from south to north. And to our right, there's a structure that pretty much has a tree built out of it, growing in it. Landing stores, which I believe is the only cellar here. A nice little cozy building. It seems we might be interrupting a private conversation. And we just came in to admire his wares. There's some good looking art on the wall. Looks like a Nord in front of maybe a structure or guarding the road. So across the road here, there is the stable that is modestly sized for the size of the village, and many of the travelers or messengers from the south of Shumer who may make their way up to the north little landing here would often need a place for their horse to rest. The first building you'd probably check in if you came by boat would be this structure here, which is currently locked, but is the dock office. Normally, there is a representative sitting and waiting and tending to the docks. But today, it appears to be self-serving. We're going to come back that way in just a few minutes. But we're going to take a peek around the back side of the store here. Just to have a little peek at the farm and the fence that they built. There are some more unique and exotic types of foliage as well as plant life here in Shumer that differs from Skyrim. The forest is very dense and thick here, as are the mountains. And it reminds me a lot of Skyrim in the south, near Falkreath. It seems there's gourds, as well as a variety of other planted vegetables and herbs. Continuing on, if we head further south, you can see the road that would lead you out of town. Who knows what adventures lie there? And if we take a left and head east, we come back around to the back of the stable. And we're met with the more residential area. This town has a few residents, one of them being Dagana, who is gracefully letting us into her home, hopefully without becoming angry or aggressive. You can see she appears to have quite a cozy little cottage here on the ocean side. She's got quite the haul of food, which means she's either a very good hunter and gatherer, or she trades and makes enough to feed herself very well all alone here. This is Din Lil, who I have not met prior to this tour. There are some gorgeous tapestries, as well as some ornate shields and trophies scattered about. And then I saw this when we walked in, but this is quite nice, this design. If I'm not mistaken, it's the snake eating its tail. Or in this case, perhaps a dragon. Let's continue on our tour. I hope you are enjoying it and you are relaxing. Maybe you have some earphones. Maybe you're just listening to this on your cell phone or tablet or computer. But whatever you're listening on, I hope you are enjoying it. And you are relaxing. Maybe you have some earphones. Maybe you're just listening to this on your cell phone or tablet or computer. But whatever you're listening on, I hope you are enjoying it. And you are relaxing. We will come back in just a moment to the player home there. And we'll take a peek here. This is the Fisherman's Lodge, which I have not been inside yet. It appears to have a nice custom rowboat and dock that would allow you to wake up early and immediately jump in your boat to go fish in the wee hours. You can imagine yourself after a hard day or enjoying a meal sitting at this table and watching the forest or the ocean. You've got a couple of fish nets as well, and drying racks. Ooh. You can see the forest is so lively and rich that even the elk wander very closely. So this is the player home that you can acquire. And it's very cozy, but I really like the deck out front. It's got the 2 chairs. It's got a really nice view. You can kind of see the whole town. And then you've got this really nice bench with a fur on it. You can imagine reading a book or watching the clouds go by here. But this is just such a cozy little area. And then just immediately to the right, you do have your own personal stable for your horse in Shumer. Let's go ahead and open the door. You can see it's a very cozy little personal hut. And it's not really meant to be extremely crazy or ornate. You've got some very basic amenities, weapon stands, some trophies, perhaps from the previous owner, a dresser for some clothes. The wooden floor is very cool in the entrance here. That's very pretty. You can see you've got your dining table and area. And I thought this was very cool, the cooking pot here, or the stove. You've got some shelves to put all your found items, as well as a post box here. You've got a cupboard, and I did think these were kind of nice. These little custom statues. Kind of unique. And then, if you turn around, there's a couple of stairs we have to go down. And then you have more of the practical aspects of the house. So we've got a pickaxe and a tanning rack and a grindstone, an armor workbench, and then these are custom labeled chests. So you can kind of sort all your items. The next room has a bed, a dresser, a little reading area, another bed, some gorgeous artwork of what looks to be Whiterun. Maybe? No, that's not Whiterun. That's gotta be one of the cities here in Shumer. There's lots of books about the lore of Shumer. There's some custom weapons and armor and shields, which are very nice. I like the display over the bed here of the 5 or 6 different shields you can find. I wonder if these are the holds and or the factions in the island. This is kind of ominous, but a cool picture nonetheless. Got quite the little book here. Somebody was doing some research on a staff, it looks like. But that's about it in the player home here. If we head out the door back into the main town, looks like the sun is starting to set. Dagana Lodge. It's looking cozy, tucked in the forest here. We'll make our way to the opposite side of town and finish out the tour. I hope everybody's having a good 2025 so far. Really enjoying making these videos for everybody. And it seems that lots of people from all around are enjoying them as well. And that's very special. ASMR has helped me relax for a long time now. And if I can do the same for other people, that just brings a warm feeling to my heart. So across from the main road, if you were to head west through the forest, we get to our final structure. A tiny little fishing cottage tucked away up against the mountain and right on the edge of the pine forest here. This is Capitana's quarters, which are also unlocked to us. We've got Samus and Nadan.
You're an era traveler. Tread carefully here.
Looks like they're visiting.
Stay out of trouble, traveler. We're watching you.
They've got some food on their stove. Some fresh cheese and meats. Then it looks like there's a downstairs as well. There's some communal bunking and dining areas. And this looks to be the home of the crew of one of the ships in dock. They've got quite a selection of beers and wines here, perhaps acquired and dealt with from their trading. Now the sun is fully set. You can appreciate the fog. Oh. And now the rain. We're getting all the seasons here. Take a walk to the end of this dock, because I'd like to show you just the exterior, because I'll probably do a tour of this boat. But this is a boat home. that is quite large. I imagine in some of the larger harbors in Skyrim, ships like this would be quite common. But if you were trading or transporting people or things long distances, this would be an ideal boat. It's large enough for people to live on it. It's not at sea. We'll do a quick walk just in the entrance. And yes, I believe the home that we were just in is the land base of the crew of this vessel. You can see there's quite a lot of detail and little touches in this mod and in this home. See some very unique and stylized placed items. Some of the armor might be missing as I've pillaged some of the unique sets. One of my favorite sounds in the game is the sound of a storm outside. And you're listening to the rain on the roof of the building you're in. There's some storage areas. And then if you go below deck, which I won't go fully, there are the crew quarters and some of the supporting roles and structures that people might need, such as the alchemy, enchanting table. But the model, they're just outdid themselves on this one. I'm gonna walk back up here and have a seat at maybe this bench right here. And I just wanted to say thanks for watching this tour. If I helped you relax at all, please feel free to like, comment, share, and interact with everybody on this channel. This was a Skyrim town tour of Dagana Landing. And if you liked the style or are interested in exploring the adventures that we have in Shumer, I will link the video, if it's out, where we do our first episode. in the meantime, check out my Skyrim town tour video playlist with lots of ASMR, town tours of modded content. I hope you all are asleep now and or relaxed. This is my character Wilhelm, and I'm Will. I will catch you in the next video. Take care.